Um, I've been doing a lot of thinking last week, and I'll tell you why it was provoked. Um, Summertime in Vancouver, actors lose their minds, and they take time off, and most of the time I'm preaching to the choir because you guys are here, and you're working hard, and that's wonderful. But there is a couple other elements involved, and now we are broadcasting these kind of things and putting them on the websites. And I've started to think about the fact that this is important information for any actor in Vancouver. There's things you don't know, and there's things you need to know. And that led me to start thinking about, what is my mission statement? What am I trying to do here besides teaching acting classes? Because you can teach acting classes and there's a number of ways to approach them. And I realized that's not what I want to do. It's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create professional working actors who understand not only how to act, but the business. This is called show business for a reason. And a lot of you ain't paying attention to that because, damn, you got other stuff to do, right? But it's important, and especially because in this particular marketplace, as I was saying to the three nice people who are auditing, the good news in Vancouver is there's a lot of work here. And the bad news in Vancouver is there's a lot of work here. So the consciousness and the attitude for actors is, man, you know, I just got to get up to speed, get a few acting classes, and I can work. And if you want to do X-Files, or if you want to do The Magicians, or if you want to do Guy Number 3 or Doorman, be my guest. If you want to work, you want to work at the top of the game, you want to be seen by all the casting directors and be on their go-to list, you got to kick it up a notch. I'm going to tell you a couple true stories. You can take them at face value or not, but they are true. When I first hit Los Angeles, I was 38 years old. Everybody told me I was too old. If I heard that once, I heard it a million times. I didn't give a fuck. I was so excited. I can remember Meisner book. I carried that with me everywhere I went. And all the other books too. I read them all. And I was excited. My day started at 4:30 a.m. I went to sell tools on the telephone to farmers back at East, and I was there from 5 to 11 in the morning. At 11:30 a.m., my first rehearsal of the day started. At 1:30, my second rehearsal of the day started. At 3:30, my third rehearsal of the day started. When I was done with that, I went to my dance class 3 days a week. And then one days a week, I went to my voice lesson. I was a terrible singer and a terrible dancer, but this is what we do. This is the instrument you play. Your voice, your body, your emotional inner life. You've heard me say this before. You'll hear it every week, because that's what you do. To the extent you have control over this is going to say how good of an actor you can be. I just rewatched Handmaid's Tale for the second time, and we just finished with the season finale of finale number 2, where she has a baby by herself on the fireplace. You want to talk physical, visceral, emotional? And the question you have to ask yourself is, can I do that? If the answer is, then you need to work. The thing I see in this town, and I saw a lot of it, it was just starting to come in LA, was on-camera acting, blah, 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 blah. There are, P.T. Barnum once said, there's one born every minute and 2 to take them. And that's true. Money fucks up a lot of things, and there are people that will take advantage. I was reading in a Reddit blog, and I couldn't resist, I probably should have. But this one poor kid was saying, well, gee, I heard about the Stella Adler technique program here, and then I heard that the real Stella Adler technique program was really here. And I wrote back and I said, if Stella Adler is teaching your class, then you've got the Stella Adler technique. If she's not there, it ain't. If Sanford Meisner comes walking out of the grave and teaches your class, it's the Meisner technique. If he doesn't, it isn't. If Lee Strasberg, although that might be a problem, comes out of the grave and teaches the acting studio technique, that's the acting studio If he's not there, it isn't. You're getting some guy who read a book or was supposedly trained in their way, but you're not getting them. Now that guy may be great, or that girl may be great, but that's their take and their experience and their approach, nobody else's. And it's hold them down and fleece them time. And that's true here, and that's true anywhere. Your competition is not here, which is bad enough. I think I've told you the story. When I came into town, my union number is 1559. I was on an audition the other week where I saw somebody with 70,000 and change. That's just here. That's not countrywide with ACTRA. And you're not competing with them either. You're up here mostly with American film and TV projects. Hallelujah. But you're also competing with the 750,000 actors in LA. One of the things that started this whole conversation, as some of you know, I'm doing a play, and this guy I'm in the play with started this conversation. He says, man, if I'm not in a play, he said, I'm in class. And he'd been doing this for 30 years. I have a friend who's been doing it for 38, always in class. The good actors are always in class, okay? I still do 4 Shakespeare monologues every day. I've never done a Shakespeare play up here. It's been so long since I've done anything in Shakespeare, but I love it. I do it. Why? I don't know why. Just keep my hand in. I like it. If you don't like it, get out. Do something you love. Then you'll never have a job, okay? What I want to do is kick it up. I want you to kick up your level of intensity. You all have to put food on the table. You all have to pay rent. So what? Find time. You have time. You do. You have time to get in the gym and get your body in shape. You have time to work on your mind, which is extremely important because you're the product. You're the one being rejected all the time. If you don't have a healthy self-worth and have a healthy regimen of making sure that the voices in your head are saying good and positive things about you, you got to change that. Okay? The other thing is you got to work hard because there's somebody else willing to do it if you're not. And I want you to win. I not only want to teach you how to act from the ground up and have the confidence that when you go into an audition room, hit me with the high hard one. I'll knock it out of the park. I can do it. And I was telling these nice people that you can tell. When somebody walks in and says, I got this, you go, okay, can't wait, bring it. Because once you start your audition, they ain't casting directors and producers and directors anymore. They're people. Why do we go to the movies? Why do we go see plays? Why do we go sit in the dark and laugh and cry with other strangers for $18 a film? Why? Because we like stories, right? It's not real. It's linear images on a screen. I went and saw Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man. I spent the whole fucking time crying half the time because the music's moving and it's wonderful and it's, God, it's such a good time. I want to do that. Don't you want to do that? Make people laugh and cry in the same hour? That's power. How are you going to do it? Learn how to act. I was also telling him I saw something out there. Confidence on camera. Want confidence on camera? Learn how to act. Priority number 1. Learn the fundamental foundation. That's what this course is called. Foundation acting. If you can do it, you can act on stage, you can act in front of a camera, film, TV, whatever. The casting directors are looking for you. Did you know that? How many did really know that? Come on, be honest. Raise your hand if you knew the casting directors are looking for you. How many didn't think that was true? Well, I'm here to tell you they are. Why? It's their ass. You know what they fight? I've been on sets with producers and directors and heard them talk about Canadian actors. It ain't pretty. Now, it's changing, but it's still there. Their prejudice is that Canadian actors aren't. When I came here, there were no production facilities. There were no ADR. There was one film studio in the whole place. There's a bunch of casting directors. Most of them are all gone now, and their associates are now in power. But that industry part filled the gap. The vacuum was filled. Now you got production studios, you got all kind of studios, you got ADR facilities, sound facilities, every kind of production. You got schools for beauty technicians, for set deck, for anything you can think of. They filled the void. But the acting, they got the new school, hold them down and fleece them. Things haven't changed much. The work ethic is the thing that needs to be changing. And again, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but I want you to start thinking about some things. I want you to say, I'm not just going to learn how to act, I'm going to learn how to work. Because they are looking for you. They want the people to come in and hit home runs, and then they make notes. Oh, next time I have a project, I'm bringing Zach in. For everything that's right for him. They know you're going to get work. They can trust you. If you come in and look bad, think about what that does to the casting director. You think they're going to bring you back if you blow it? There's too many that they're waiting to take your place. So they're going to call the people they trust. So what does that mean? That means you work hard. That means you work hard all the time. You're 4 years old. You got nothing but time ahead of you. You have time to do what you need to do and to rededicate yourself. If you love this, it won't be an effort and it won't be a problem. It'll be something that you really, really love to do, and it will inspire you. I can't think of another thing that I could have done in my life that I would have loved more than this. It's fun. Don't let that get around. Acting's fun. But it is, okay? When you're on set and God, the food is incredible and, people, telling you how wonderful you are, that's good too, and the paycheck ain't bad, but it's fun to act, to be able to put on somebody else's skin and be in it for a while and to relate to other actors and to do what we're meant to do. Most of the time we don't get to do it, but that doesn't mean you can't do it at home. Do you practice your monologues every day? Do you have monologues? You should have one contemporary and one classic minimally and be looking for more. You should be reading 2 to 3 plays a week. How many? 2 to 3. Thank you. Everybody bring notebooks today? I see 1, 2. Oh, never mind, you're not here.
You don't count.
Okay, you don't count. Notebooks, okay? I assigned you a monologue. How many of you have it? You got yours.
Hamlet?
No, that's
No.
not Hamlet. It's Henry V.
Henry.
Oh, for Muse of Fire. You were here, and you were here. You work on it?
Yeah,
Good. We'll see.
it's not good.
How do you know? Maybe it'll be better than you think. It will be fun to work on them. We're going to work on them tonight. What was the other assignment I gave you?
The walking character, right?
Right. Did Alberta tell you about that? You were to find a character, okay? We talk about character all the time. Character is how you do what you do. Starts with a walk and a talk. It's physical. Sit in a coffee shop and start watching people walk by. They will tell you everything about their life, what kind of day they're having, what kind of life they're having, whether they're feeling up, whether they're feeling down, whether they're confident, not confident. And I asked you to find one person and bring their walk in, and then I wanted to add just a voice that you think goes with the walk. Why is that important? Watch any Meryl Streep film. Watch Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man, or that movie that he played, Ratso Rizzo. You want to see walk and a talk? Want to see a man become somebody else? There's a lot of other examples. One of my favorites is Val Kilmer in Tombstone, which wasn't nominated for anything. It's one of the most brilliant character performances I've ever seen. Those guys know how to do it. You need to know how to do it. Somebody's going to ask you to do it. Okay, so you're the only one that brought in, you got a character, a walk and a talk tonight?
Yes.
Okay, how about you? You got one? You got one? Good, okay, good. Everybody's gotta have one for next week. No excuses, no excuses. You watch somebody in the street and you bring it in. Okay?
What if it's like someone that I can do a walk of? I think everyone knows his walk.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't care. Listen, but I prefer you find someone on the street, etc., and we're gonna make, the thing of it is you can get it in your head and you can say, okay, I can do that walk, but then you gotta make it like it's yours. And if you can create that kind of thing, I mean, you're gonna have a career. Character's important. And all you gotta do is watch Big Little Lies and watch what Meryl Streep's doing with this character, this mother of the husband who is abusive. It's brilliant. It's subtle, but it's brilliant. It's in the way she looks at you and moves her mouth, and I mean, she's brilliant. I mean, then you go see the Australian movie when the dingo ate my baby, you know. I mean, she can do anything she wants, but she has a clear vision of that character, and she becomes whoever she wants. Okay? Listen, these things are important, and we have the time to do them now, so I want to incorporate all of them. Anyway, I am dedicated to helping you be as great as you want to be, and I'm looking forward to the journey with you. I just want you to be thinking about the fact that I want you to make your goals higher. I want you to be working professionals in any marketplace, here, LA, New York, whatever. If you have the goods, you're going to work. Thank you for listening.